topic of conversation. You going on your healing journey was so that you could help your family the way that they needed to be helped. But in order to understand how they needed to be helped, you needed to understand their situation. And because they were watching you and all in your business and trying to figure out this, that, and the third, they felt that you weren't focused or you didn't care about what they were going through. And it's good that you had that mindset because dealing with these karmics, you caring about their situation gave them the opportunity to manipulate or claim you, your destiny, and all this and the third energy swap with you. So your family felt like you didn't care about their situation. So they had to get your attention so that you could know, like, and then so now that they realizing that everything that you were trying to do was leading up to getting them in a better situation so they wouldn't have to worry about what they were worrying about. But because of how they did it, it kind of set you back emotionally. And then at the time of your, you feel me? You know? It's like you got tired of doing everything or being there for everybody else because at that time you needed to heal yourself from a situation. You know? So they caused problems because they felt like you weren't paying attention to them so that you could pay attention to them. And it's not like you didn't try. It's like you tried and the way that it made you feel didn't sit right with you. So you stepped back from it. And then it's like when you tried, you realized that they wasn't really trying to get the help. Like they weren't, you know, basically they were looking for materialistic things instead of advice or listening to the direction that you were telling them to go because they didn't want to do that. So it's like they could have been in a situation with somebody and you was telling them like maybe you don't need to be with that person. And then because they didn't have somebody else to be with, they decided to stay with that person. And it's like, well, that's what's going to make your situation better if you leave this person alone. But then they're like, well, blah, blah, it's easy for you to say. And then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to get you attached to somebody that's going to give you that, I don't want to say morphine, but that, you know, I'm going to say energy to make you feel alive, that rush, that feeling. And then see how easy it is for you to let go of that person. And everything they threw at you, you got over it because it's like you're you don't have attachment issues. It's easy for you to be with somebody, and if they say they want to be with somebody else, you'll be like, okay. But then that person will flip it on you like, see, you don't care, and da da da. It's like, no, I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. And then they're like, oh, well, what's to that? And why she don't, maybe she got this, that, and the third. And just trying to come up with scenarios. And then you got other people that are gullible as well, and they believe. So it says stick to your path, and that could even be you walking away from these karmics, walking away from family members, walking away from toxic situations. And um, when you get discovered, they're going to be surprised because they didn't know that you were the one starving artist, because there's multiple people in this masculine circle, you know. And they're so delusional because they're waiting for you to do what you say you're going to do, but at the same time they're stealing your manifestation, so you're not able to do what you said you was going to do. And then to other people, then makes it look like you're not trustworthy or reliable, and they don't want to partner with you. But now that the truth is coming out and everybody is realizing, like, dang, professional career, family, something to be happy about. Yeah. And it wasn't that you was manifesting a masculine, it was you manifesting for your children, for your kids. You have boys that will eventually be men. And so you're trying to figure out, like, or from experience, from dealing with men that deal with multiple women at a time, you wanted to guide your sons to not do that because how it affects the females at the end of the day. And to also let my daughter know that her beauty is beautiful, but don't take advantage of your beauty to try to get one over on somebody, because that could cause your life to be taken. Yeah. Thought Divine Feminine was exposing girl code to masculines, but you were talking to your sons, and that's what I said. And because of your mindset on how you wanted to raise your kids, it attracted these masculines that were already in situations with females that, the relationship was rocky, or they wanted something different, or they was tired of this and they wanted something different. But every female they came into contact with was the same. Just it started off attractive, then it becomes toxic, then it becomes you have a mental issue or something like that, but not necessarily get into the mental issue part because everybody's mindset is the same. So it's familiar. It's not, you don't notice that it's something wrong until something's wrong. So in order for them to know that you learned what they were trying to teach you, you have to express it. You have to show it. You have to let them know that you understood the message in order for them to then move on. And then the more you do your work, the more it's realized that people are coming to you for answers and then turning it in as themselves and getting rewarded. it's like, okay, you're with these group of people and blah blah blah, and it's spread amongst 5 people. Those 5 people have to get rewarded, and then it's like somebody else comes with this falseness, and then they get rewarded. But they're not mentioning like, oh yeah, I talked to divine feminine, and this is how I got this, that, and the third. Because if that was the case, then you would just be exposed as, and then you would get the reward. But because you told everybody this, that, and the third, now everybody wants to claim your energy and da da da, because you weren't protecting yourself and you weren't speaking up for yourself. That I didn't intend on helping you take my manifestations. I was helping you to manifest your own by helping you get better, by healing your traumas.